Hello and welcome to another video, and this has been started extremely late for a book that should have been for a video that should have been started 3 months ago. But anyways, this is my journey throughout, hopefully, fingers crossed, the year. It will hopefully be a year long. If not, then it's going to be however long this video runs for. And the premise is that I try and read every single day for a year. If not, then it's going to be for however many months that I do that, and just to see how that goes, really. And it's been so far sometimes very difficult. Some days it's very easy, others it's a little harder. And I'm going to run through some of the books that I've read so far. So fingers crossed it does last the year. But if not, then that's no worries either. It's going to be for however long that runs. And the first book that I have is A Pocket Full of Happiness by Richard E. Grant. This one is very hopeful and still so heartbreaking. By the end I was sobbing, like ugly tears. I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads. Very good book. And the next book I have is Skandar and the Unicorn Thief. It has been Waterstone's Children's Book of the Month one point this year. It's currently April, so I do have Aprils in this pile. This one I gave 3.5 stars, I think, on Goodreads. It is just okay. It's Harry Potter meets very toned down Hunger Games, but I don't know if I'm going to carry on with it. We'll wait and see. The next book I have is Moonflight by Jill Lewis, which was also a book of the month for Waterstones. I gave this 3.5 stars. It was very, very cute. Don't really know how to describe it, but it was okay. And the next book that I have was A Dark Inheritance by H.F. Asquith, and this was, the plot was really good, and the only issue that I had was that the writing was very much younger than it needed to be. Like, expecting a 13-year-old to read it when really it should have been 15 or 16-year-old plus writings that I kind of like aimed for, which was the only real issue for me. But other than that, I did enjoy it. I think I gave it 3.5 or 4 stars on Goodreads. The next book that I have is Diddley Squat, A Year on the Farm by Jeremy Clarkson. This is pretty much the same thing as the series, just in a book format. I do need to watch the second series and get the second book, which I look forward to, so that should be fun as well, just seeing Jeremy Clarkson blunder through it. The next book I have is The Fellowship of the Ring, which is Lord of the Rings Part 1 by J.R.R. Tolkien. I loved this. It's 4.5 stars for me on Goodreads, and to my other reading app. Don't really know how to describe this other than it's just Lord of the Rings. And the next book I have is Helen Fielding's Bridget Jones's Baby. Great fun. I think I gave this 3.5 stars on Goodreads, and it was the first damaged book of the year for me, with what a damage. And the next one I have is currently, when filming in April, the Children's Book of the Month for April, A Cats We Meet Along the Way by Nadia McHale. And this isn't really about cats. It's about dynamic family relationships and trying to kind of resolve those problems that the family may have during a time of utmost crisis in the world. You know, as it goes. But anyways, I did enjoy this. I think I give it 4 stars on Goodreads. And the last book I've got to show you in a physical form anyway is Holy Island by L.G. Ross. She's a local author to me, and this one is the first book in DCI Ryan mystery books. It is fun. It's the first, but this one wasn't my favourite. Like, I know it's the first one I've read, and I've got the second one just to see how it goes. I think I'll give it 3.5 stars. But anyways, it was still good fun. Have read some audiobooks and ebooks along the way as well. Some of them were single issue comics, There was a couple of Harry Potter audiobooks which I don't think I'm going to continue on with now because it's kind of like depressing. But anyways, I will update shortly with other information like currently reads and average page counts and stuff like that. And I'll update very soon. Hello, welcome back. I don't know if I'd mentioned that I'd read 21 books this year. And just to run through a couple of statistics so far this year, and I have read 4,500 pages, I believe, so far this year. I will quickly double check. Yes, 4.5k. So that's like 41 hours, nice 42 hours worth of reading for me. I've listened to 25 hours worth of audiobooks so far this year. I have read for approximately 100 days. My goal reached here is actually, I think it might be 113 days, but never mind. So if I divide my 4.5 thousand words by 21 books, I have 214 pages per book as an average. But if I do that by 4 months, it's not quite the end of April, so that will change slightly by the end of the month. But up to now, the average pages that I have read each month is 1,125 pages. Of course, that will slowly go up the more I read. That's if I read some books that are over 300 pages, I guess. So that's so far all I've got for you. Statistic wise, I do have statistic videos online as well, I guess, up to now. I will have to go over 3 month statistics in this video for you, I guess, just to kind of make it easier so you don't have to keep looking back at other videos if you don't want to. So I will see you shortly and try and remember to actually do that. Hello, welcome back to the vlog, and I don't think I've updated you in like a week or so, and I have managed to finish several books since any updates that I've made since the start of the vlog, and I have 2 of the books with me right now. One of them I'm not sure where it is, the other is on my phone from Audible, and I do not have my phone, my child does. But anyways, the 2 that I have with me is The Cats We Meet Along the Way by Nadia McKeel. This was very sweet, not about cats at all. Don't know if I mentioned it at all previously. I think I gave this 4 stars on Goodreads. I also have And the Blue Sky Beyond, 33 Little Fables by Loretta Troni. I gave this 2 stars. There was some stories in here that I thought were really nice. Like there's always going to be stuff that you're not bothered by or don't like, but it wasn't even that. It was just a matter of generally being unbothered by it, which is fine. It's not to say it was bad by any means. I was very unfazed. It was just a very simple read for me to get my numbers up, I suppose. I also finished Ember in the Ashes. I gave that 3 stars on Goodreads. I have similar thoughts to it the last time round, pretty much when I first read it. I'm currently listening to the 2nd book in the series, and for the life of us I can never remember what it's called, but it is part of a quartet, and I have all of them on my Audible account ready to listen to. I managed to finish The Two Towers as well, which was phenomenal. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. That was twisty-turny, all good stuff. Kind of jogged my memory of the movie as well, because I couldn't remember much. So I wasn't really too spoiled for that. But when I was reading along, I was just like, oh yes, I remember this, I remember that. But it was good. I enjoyed it. So far it's not as difficult as I thought it would be to read. I thought it was going to be horrendous and terrible, but it's not.
Sometimes you need to concentrate a little bit on, like, for me personally, it's more when people are talking, I've got to concentrate more than anything else when I'm reading Lord of the Rings, but that's about it, nothing too hard. But so far, the series is all good, both books have 5 stars, and I do own the 3rd book in the series, The Return of the King, to read when I get to it, probably in about 2 months, because I've got a couple of video things that I want to do this month and, well, in May and June that I want to do first before I read that. But other than that, have I read anything else? I don't think so. But anyways, what am I currently reading actually? I'll have to get the book, I'm not sure where I put it, but I will go grab it. I am currently reading The Kingdom Over the Sea by Zora Nabi. I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, but this one is so sweet. It's just lovely, I guess. So far I'm like just short of halfway. I'm reading about 50 pages a day because it's nice and quick. It's very cute, very sweet, and it's currently kind of, it's covering some like mythical, kind of mystical stuff. Not entirely sure what word to use, but like so far it's got the djinn, which is awesome. I like stuff like that. So far this one's good. And for the next couple of weeks I also have all the small things like these. Don't really know a lot about it, by Claire Keegan, but it's nice and short, so that shouldn't take us very long. I also have The Raptures by Jan Carson, and this one is about, I don't know if it's a school specifically or just the general population of the area. Like, the children are coming down with this mysterious illness, and one girl just doesn't, and they are very curious as to why. But anyways, sounds really cool. I will enjoy that, or at least I hope so. And the next one that I have is a proof copy of Until the Road Ends by Phil Earle, and this comes out in June 2023, so I'm hoping to read this month as well. I enjoyed, what's it called again, When the Sky Falls. That book was unbelievable, and I cried at that book actually, which says quite a bit because I've never cried at books apart from like 2. But anyways, this Phil Earle is excellent. It's children's books and complex. Complex thoughts and provocative. Well, provocative might be the wrong word to use, but like topics that children kind of begin to grasp a little bit as they get older, but don't really understand fully. He's good at that. He's good at those kind of slightly rougher topics. Like When the Sky Falls, there is loss in there, which he managed perfectly well. So that was nice. So I look forward to those books when I get to them. And I'll probably update again in a couple of weeks when I've probably read more of them. I'm probably going to do sporadic, like, clips here and there, just to kind of, you know, presuming that I actually still read, you know, every day for the next several months. But hopefully that still happens and I keep up with that. And I do need to read for today up to now, and I haven't read anything yet, so The Kingdom Over the Sea is definitely one of the things to read for me today. And I will update hopefully very soon. Hello, I'm back with another clip for this vlog, and so far so good. I have still kept on reading. I'd have to have a check how many days I've kept on reading, but I have managed to finish the book. I have managed to finish The Kingdom Over the Sea by Zora Nabi. I've managed to finish that, and I have read for 135 days for this year, which is great. All in a row. I gave that 3.5 stars on Goodreads. It was really nice. Don't really have that much to say on it, if I'm quite honest. And I am currently reading Until the Road Ends by Phil Earle, and it turns out he has ended up following me on Instagram, which is pretty cool. I am now part of the Cool Kids crew, with 2 local authors following me on Instagram. And the next thing I have to read is Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These, which is nice and short, so it shouldn't take too long. But this one shouldn't take too long to finish either, so I get through it really quick, with it being a kids read. If I actually push it, I could finish it tonight, but I don't know if I will. But I will enjoy it, see how upset I get by the end of the book, like I did with When the Sky Falls. So yeah, I'll have to wait and see and update for that, and I will update soon, and I'll see you then. Hello, I am back, and I have managed to finish another 2 books since I updated. I managed to finish Until the Road Ends by Phil Earle, and I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was tough, it was heartbreaking, as his work always is, but always a very good book. And I also managed to finish With This Kiss by Carrie Hope Fletcher, which for this month is currently June. It's it's the 7th of June today, and I have managed to finish this, and I'm currently reading another book called, if it'll come up, The Saturday Night Sauvignon Sisterhood, which I'm halfway through currently. So let me get the cover. And that is by Jill Sims. I am currently halfway through. I'm enjoying it so far. It's made us laugh a few times. It's made us very sad a few times. I've highlighted a few things in here. I've put notes on some of those highlights too. But so far, so good. And I believe she's got another book coming out in October-ish, September or October. So I do look forward to getting that once that comes out. Hello, I'm back, and I managed to read a total of 7 books in June. No, 8, sorry. I have been terrible at vlogging. But anyways, I read a book called Hedgeling, With This Kiss, Case of the Lighthouse Intruder, A Saturday Night Sauvignon Sisterhood, A Torch in the Night by Sabaa Tahir, The Girl in Between, and Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. So I read quite a bit. Oh, and I read a short story, which I can't remember the name of, but anyways. I read 2,082 pages in June. My average page per book was 293 pages. And my average star rating was 3.7. Yeah, I've just been terrible at vlogging the whole thing. But anyways, the books that I'm going to be reading in July, I have The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King currently in the other room. I'm going to be sat reading that for another 10 minutes or so to get my page count up for today. But anyways, I otherwise have City of Stolen Magic, which is Waterstone's Children's Book of the Month for July. Which, I mean, I usually enjoy them enough, so I hope to get through this month. I also have The Chain by Adrian McKinty. I have heard a lot of good things about this,
where somebody's child is kidnapped and then they have to carry on a chain of events so that to save their child they have to kidnap someone else's. Absolute trauma, but it stops the child from being killed. And the last book that I hope to get to is The Accidental Medium by Tracy Whitwell, who is local to me. This book is set in Gateshead in Tyne-Wear, so hopefully I should like this, because this is obviously mostly because it's local, but anyways, the main character Tans is out doing her own thing, being her usual self, and then she finds out that she can actually speak to the dead in some way, shape or form, and ends up a medium, and ends up kind of entangled in this murder investigation, and she tries to help do that. And there is a second book out as part of this as well. Don't know much about that other than that it is same kind of thing, kind of with helping the police investigate some kind of murder. But anyways, hopefully I'll enjoy this, and how beautiful this cover, by the way. It's really cool. And I will update, hopefully not in a month, hopefully before the end of the month, at least something about one of the things that I'm reading, and I will update then. Just a quick update, right now I have managed to complete The Return of the King, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I have half an hour ago uploaded the vlog for that. I've got notes for the review, which I will be doing at some point very soon. But yes, I have thoughts on this that I didn't vlog. Well, I did, it's in a vlog about the book, but I've done separate vlogs for those, so that's all good. The content is still very much there, and this is the first thing that I've managed to finish in July. I have City of Stolen Magic, The Accidental Medium, and The Chain there as well, so I have some options. So I might actually put that on an Instagram poll or do a try chapter thing, I'm not sure yet, but just to see how it goes, which would be another video thing which I could do at some point. But yeah, I enjoyed this, it's good stuff. I have officially completed my main challenge that I set myself for this year, which was to complete the Lord of the Rings trilogy that is now done. Once I've finished The Chain and The Accidental Medium for this month, I will only have Watership Down to finish, which was part of my books I want to read in 2023 list. I don't know if I made a video for that, I can't actually remember, but I do have a small list in my book. It wasn't many books, it was like 8 or 9 books, but there's currently 3 left, so I've got, again, Accidental Medium, The Chain, which I hope to get to this month, and then just Watership Down. And I don't know whether to get an audiobook for Watership Down or not, because it's quite chunky, and I don't know if I could get what I've read the first couple of pages of it so far, and I don't know if I'm gonna kind of click with the writing in it, but we'll see, I guess, because you never know how that's gonna go, and it might, up to now, it may be the book this year that gets DNF'd, because last year I DNF'd 1 book from me, books I want to read in 2022 list, and that was Snow by John Banville, I believe. I couldn't get past his writing, and I only got about 5 or 10 pages in, and I was like, no, this is not for me. But hopefully it's going to be better reading that, because I just couldn't do it. And I will update soon, I guess, because it's not even halfway through the month yet. And I'll update what else I'm going to be currently reading and when I'm reading it, and probably some tidbits of thoughts, I suppose. Welcome back, and I have an update. I have managed to get up to day 203 so far.
I am currently reading The Accidental Medium by Tracy Whitwell, who is a local to me author. I am most of the way through that. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and it shouldn't take us long to get to the end of this. I'm 75% of the way through that, and I have instantly purchased a copy of Gin Palace, same author, which is the sequel to The Accidental Medium. I will thoroughly enjoy this, and I will. And I also have two more payday books, as you do, and one of them is Everyone Here Is Lying by Shari Penner. She is an automatic go-to author for me. Everything that she releases I buy, and that's all fine and dandy with me. Yeah, so basically I have no clue what happens, which is cool. I can live with that. And I also have 0 Days by Ruth Way. Again, no idea what's happening in the book. An autobiography for me. Regardless of what she puts out, I will absolutely buy it. Can't complain at that. And the end papers are, I believe, the same. No, these ones aren't the same colour, but never mind, that's fine. I have a signed edition for the Ruth Way one. But yeah, I do look forward to getting to these 3, even if it's not like immediately. I hope to get to them very, very soon. And so far this year I have read, by the time I finished The Accidental Medium, I have read 40 books this year out of 50, which initially at the start of the year was like 15 or 20 or something. Actually, not even that, I think it might have been 12. But yeah, so far so good. Ahead of schedule for that original goal, but that's fine. I just keep upping my goal every couple of months if needed, and keep my goal reasonably attainable. So I'll update soon on where I'm at, probably in another book or 2, depending how lazy I am in my updates for the vlog, which aren't always the best. Hello and welcome to another clip, and I've read quite a bit since The Accidental Medium. I've read 5 books since then. It's been a month, and I don't have a copy of like most of these physically, but I read Loki, A Bad God's Guide to Being, whatever that was, to ruling the world. I read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabriella Zevin. I also read Bad Luck and Trouble by Lee Child. I also read Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir, which has allowed me to completely finish the quartet of books that she wrote. And I have also managed to complete Water Ship Down, and this one I didn't like at all. I gave this one 1.5 stars on one of my apps. I rounded it up slightly to 2 stars on Goodreads because it was a little easier to do it that way. But I think that book might be like my worst book of the year so far. I don't think anything can really top how bad it actually was. I have kept up with my promise of reading every day, which is great. I think I've read 45 books so far this year actually. 45 out of 50 I've read so far, so I think my goal will probably increase by the end of September, which is the current month. It's the 1st of September, so I'll wait and see how that goes, which I think we all know it'll go pretty well if I'm trying to read daily. And I am currently reading a special edition copy of Skellig by David Ormond. I am enjoying that, I think, just as much as I did when I was 14. And I also have an audiobook copy of Unwind Your Mind by Emma from Whispers Red on YouTube. And I'm enjoying that as well. It's just a short book though, because that's only a 5-hour listen. And I should finish both of those tomorrow on the 2nd, because there's like less than 100 pages left of Skellig and less than 2 hours of the audiobook. And I have some free time tomorrow, so all is looking good. So I will update soon of what I've read and what I'm going to be reading soon. So I'll see you then. Hello, welcome to another clip, and please try your best to ignore the driver at the moment. It's been a while since I've updated. I can't even remember what I updated last. I didn't really think to check before I put the camera on, but I have managed to read quite a bit in September. I read Skellig, ASMR Unwind Your Mind, 0 Days by Ruth Ware, Everyone Here Is Lying, The Drith by, I think, Ruth Hogan, not Ruth Hogan, totally different Ruth, Before Saying Goodbye, and I have just finished in the past couple of days The Detention Detectives by Liz Jardine, and this is the first book for my epilepsy action thing that I'm doing in October. But anyways, by the time obviously this video is finished, all of that will be over and done with, so I won't be putting the link for that specifically, but I will try and link something for epilepsy action for people to donate if they can. And I'm currently reading The Gin Palace by Tracy Whitwell. This is the second book in the series so far, and so far I am enjoying it. I mean, I'm not that far. I'm 60 pages in to a book that is about 300 pages, just under. I have looked forward to this for the past couple of months, so I look forward to getting to this. I don't really have much to say, but all good so far. Hello and welcome to the last clip of this vlog, and I have not quite managed to get to the full year of reading every day for the year, but I came pretty close, and I read up to the 18th of November 2023 for every day up until that point, and then I didn't read anything for a week. Hello, and just to update that my camera battery died. So just before I go ahead and edit the video, I did manage to read, let's see, 63 books in the year of 2023. 59 of them were during this challenge, before it kind of epically failed in that last month of the year. But I did pretty well. I managed to finish The Oxygen Thief, let's see, Walking on Sunshine and Flowers in the Attic in the November, which is all good. But I tried, it failed a little bit at the end of the year, which I ended up sick anyways, so I don't think I would have finished it regardless, but never mind. I still did pretty well, so I can't complain. So next time I do a challenge, I'll see you soon, and I'll see you then.